Now, my next guest, Scott Baradell, he's a guy you want to talk to when it comes to branding, and I have a branding project that I can pick your brain about. Welcome back to the show, Scott. But
thanks for having me.
So the James Show is your home for blessedbethefruit.org. This is for the implementation of Project 2025. And I would just like to, get the word out. How would I, with a new website that's built specifically, to help some people through a tough transition, how would I go about marketing this and getting this in front of as many eyeballs as possible?
I didn't think that's what we were talking about.
No, I'm totally springing this on you unfairly. No, you don't.
Let me go. Give me a few minutes. I'll come up with something.
Right. No, it's a parody page, obviously. I have like a review for hair clippers if you want to shave your head. It's also and I'm pretending I'm selling Super Bibles. That's the Old Testament, New Testament, and Project 2025 all in the same book.
It sounds like a bedtime reading.
It's just a little comedy bit. We're having fun over there. There's also a tutorial on if you have to survive a bear attack. It has some tips for that. Now, what I did bring you on to talk about today is I'm kind of interested in the DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiencies. And they're talking about cutting out remote work first. Will that work?
Well, a lot of companies are trying to do it. I would say mixed results so far. I think part of the problem is, Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, when they kind of announced some of their plans in the Wall Street Journal recently, it sounded a little punitive. Like, well, if a lot of people just want to quit, we won't mind because we got too many government workers anyway. As opposed to, hey, there's some real benefits to working in the office. I think if you focus more on the positive, you'll get a more positive reaction.
Well, Elon has a record of complaining against remote work when he bought Twitter, and Tesla people wanted to work remotely or continue working remotely after the pandemic. That was one thing he had put his foot down. So I guess that might be something he learned in the private sector first.
Yeah, and I think there's certainly good arguments to be made about the benefits of working in the office and collaboration and so forth. But if you're talking about the very, very top talent, they can kind of work where and when they want. So you just have to balance what talent you're going after versus the environment you want to put them in and how much flexibility you can give them.
Well, I understand this argument from the employee side, and I have to remind myself that from the management side, if I'm asking to work from home, I'm not asking for me to work from home. I'm asking for everybody to work from home, because if they're going to let me do it, then everybody gets to do their shows from their house. And so it's a huge ask, and I think a lot of people forget that. Yeah,
you're absolutely right. I work with Standley Systems, which is helps offices in North Texas and Oklahoma with printers, copiers, computers, tech support. So they provide office equipment. So obviously they're all for people working in offices. Well, they did a survey about what Gen Z thinks about this, and a lot of Gen Z actually is excited about working in the office again. They just because they came into the workplace during COVID, and it's a novelty. Oh wow, working in the office. So there are ways to make it fun for them, and if you do that, it could lead to all the things you want out of it. Working in the office, creativity, collaboration, as opposed to, oh, I just showed up the office and it's half empty and there's nobody to talk to. Why did I even come in?
Well, it's already felt like it's been so degraded on its own, because coming into the office used to mean you came into an office. Now it often means you come into a cattle call, like the cattle barn with the cubicle array. And, that's not as cool as having, your name on the door and having a door, period.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and what this survey showed is in Gen Z workers, and what they're looking for is that's kind of like what's happening in restaurants, all kinds of settings where they want to be able to take pride in it, share it on social media. So you've got a lot of tech companies, Apple, Pinterest, as you might imagine, others that are doing things that you see elsewhere, like having these kind of statement walls and with neon signs and different things so you can take pictures and do those things to kind of share your work environment on social media as part of your life, the way you do other things. And those are the kinds of environments that Gen Z is really attracted to. Can help with recruiting too.
Well, I think if I'm ever in a position to operate a business, own a business, I think one tip I've picked up from my personal experience is if you want to keep people happy, you need to keep an awesome break room. And here at Cumulus Dallas, we have a pretty envious break room. I mean, I give it up to the management or whoever put together. The Cumulus Cafe is what they call it. But, man, that's pretty cool right there. And it's amazing what a big difference that makes.
It makes a huge difference. It's for decades old. There's the whole concept of water cooler talk. Oh, people don't really have water coolers anymore, but what you have in your break room and the common areas and what's there and what brings people together, that's a big part of the attraction. One of the things that in this study that was really interesting is it showed that younger people really like the idea of being in a place where Gen X and baby boomers, even older people, were there to kind of mentor them. And they actually were saying that in office, Gen Zers were getting along much better with older generations than they were with people their own age. They were much more likely to have a workplace clash as opposed to really experience mentoring and learning and the things you want to do if you're coming back to the office with people you might not interact with otherwise.
Yeah, I generally like Gen Zers more than millennials so far. They're rubbing off on me a little bit better. If you're interested in that office equipment he mentioned earlier, Standleys.com, STANDLEYS.com. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you.